Yes, sir. Go right ahead, Dr.
All
Gasson.
right, all right, all right. Well, good enough. Well, welcome everybody to the Writers Workshop here on The Voice, 17104 Harrisburg. Always glad to have you as a viewer to this program. And tonight we're going to talk about a whole bunch of things and do some poetry and all that. But I have a special guest tonight. That's Emanuel Thomas. Man, how you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm good. Blessed to
All
be
right.
here. Thank you.
Thank you for coming on. I appreciate it at the last minute that. And you called me earlier today about this wonderful event coming up on May the 25th and 26th. And so I asked you to
Yeah.
come on and talk about that. But also, I want to mention the fact that a few months ago, with the Black Think Tank, I got a chance to hear you speak up there at, I think it was the Martin Luther King Church, I believe. No,
The
it's called
Rock.
the Rock Church, the Rock Church, yeah.
Yeah.
And, you did an excellent job and you talked about a very important topic. So we might delve into that a little bit tonight too. But let's start off with the Central Pennsylvania African American Black Expo 2024 that's coming up. Tell us all about it.
Yes. So we have a beautiful event celebrating African American heritage and Harrisburg pride. So we have individuals that's being honored, award ceremony, people coming to speak their truth in regards to them and motivating, inspiring positive change in our community and our lives. But we also have villages. We have countless villages. I can't even come up with all of them right now. But
Right.
I myself, Emmanuel Bayard Thomas, the love of life, is entrusted with running the Black Authors Village, where
Nice.
individuals that publish, self-publish, or publish through any other entity
Mhm.
books, whether it was their autobiographies or fiction or nonfiction.
Mhm.
We just want to give the community some taste of what people have to bring their love for life.
Mhm. Excellent, excellent. And I know that Micajah Brown has been at this a long time, man, making it happen, and he has a really good cadre of people involved now, like yourself, who are getting involved and making this thing go. So I hope the people come out. Now it's going to be held on the 25th and 26th over by the Capitol. What's it called? The Soldiers Grove.
Soldiers Grove, right across from the Capitol. You just cross the street right there. We're gonna be out there in full force. There's
Hmm.
gonna be many tents. It's gonna be many performers.
Hmm.
Uh, it's gonna be an event. It's gonna be an event. We hope the community come out because we have issues with us supporting each other.
Hmm.
And we need to join in and support anybody that's doing positive things in our community, whether
Yeah,
we know these people or not, whether they're from here or not. We have to come together because it's about us. It's not about any individuals. It's about us
yeah.
as a collective.
Yeah. One thing I do know, and a lot of people, don't give credit to Harrisburg sometimes because, they say, oh, there's nothing going on, but there's a lot going on, quite
Yeah,
frankly. There's so
yeah,
many different events happening. And so, we just got to get a better directory so that people know, what's going on. In fact, Brother Chris Thomas, who you just met, does a great job of having a platform like this so that we can get the word out. And whether or not people listen to it or even, take advantage of it is a whole different thing. But we get a lot of viewers on this program. I know a lot of people get viewers on their program. So that's just all of us keep getting the word out. But also we got to support, like you said, one another. I mean, there are a lot of things going on, a lot. And hopefully people show up for this. They always do though. I think you guys always get a pretty good turnout on these
yeah,
events.
yeah.
Didn't you just have one at the Grove? Didn't you just have one like within the year anyhow? Maybe it's time goes so
Yeah,
fast for
that
me
was
these
that was
days.
a couple years ago.
Oh,
Yes.
was a couple. Oh, okay, okay. Seemed like it was just a couple months ago. But anyhow, this it's going to be a great event. So, authors then, anyone who is hearing this for the first time, and let's say they want to be an author, is there a cost to be a vendor?
Yes, yes. So it's a 2-day event. So whether you want to do both days or just one, whether it's the first or
Mm-hmm.
second day, one day is for $50, and the
Mm-hmm.
second day, in totality, if you do both days, is $80.
Mm-hmm.
And you have the ability to have whatever you want out there
Mm-hmm.
on display, and you can sell your books and sign copies, autograph copies, and all that. And just come and pump positivity.
That's
All
good.
we want to do is motivate and inspire positive, progressive change in
Yeah,
our community.
that's real good. Now, and also, did have to bring their own tables?
Yes, yes. If they
That
bring
that
all
brings money
tables,
on
we're
the
gonna
table.
have tables out there, but individuals
Mhm.
that would like to bring their own tables or have the ability to bring their own tables, yes, I implore you to do so.
Okay, good, good, good. So tables and chairs, folks, it's a good thing. And this is the kind of stuff that has to happen, man. And we got to support not just Brother McCage, but and name the organization that's putting this all on. What's the name of the organization? It's putting
This
this.
is Harrisburg Black Think Tank.
Okay, okay. And for folks who have never been to the Black Think Tank, it's well done. I mean, it really is well done. And the last one that I participated in, they had some outstanding speakers like yourself. They had the attorneys that came in and talked about how they got into law. Keontae Ricks, I know, was there. Another brother was there when you spoke. I mean, it was good stuff, So support the Black Think Tank people. I've been to these 2 or 3 of the events over the years. And it's needed. Every community should have a Black think tank, so that folks will know what's going on and be able to discuss these issues in a very positive way. And then, be about the change too. Get out there and do something, not just be a hearer, they say, of the word, but you have to be a doer of the word as well. So it's good stuff. Now you talked about something else. We'll get back to the event. By the way, brother Chris, I know you're listening in. If you find the flyer, if you want to bring it up at any time, that'll be
Yeah,
fine.
I believe this is it here. If it's not, excuse me, this is the only one I could find about it. If you could send me if
No,
there's a newer one.
that's not it. If I can send it, I'm gonna try to figure out how can I do that.
Just send it to Chris. Chris, if you want to tell him how to send it to you,
Sure. Do you want
uh,
to email it,
do
bro,
I
or
message you?
yeah,
I
Go ahead, Chris.
put our
yeah,
email in the chat here on Zoom, bro.
Okay.
okay. Where it is it?
It's coming up now.
Yeah, that'll be good. And then Chris will definitely show it and people get a sense of it. It's a great flyer. There you go. Can you see that okay?
Okay, I got it.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
you got it. Good stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
17104@gmail.com. Okay, good. All right. Yeah, so it's a beautiful flyer. And how many people are you expecting out, man? I guess that's hard to gauge because anyone and everyone can come, of course.
Yes, I really don't know how many people's gonna come
Hmm.
because you never know what the people do.
Yeah, no question. And we never know what else is happening. I put on events all the time as well. And I always know we're up against something. There's something else going on somewhere, but it's a good thing. People need to have, variety. And by the way, folks, you can always go to multiple events in a day. So you can go and support this, the Black Expo. And then, a few hours later, maybe go to something else. It is what it is. And we have enough people to support these events. So get out there and get involved. Yes, indeed. I don't see you right now. You must have taken your camera off.
I was trying to send the
Oh, okay. Yeah,
picture.
go and do that. Mhm.
It just told me that it couldn't do it. I
Oh,
guess because I'm
well,
on here.
did you have the right email?
Yes, it
Is
says the
there, do you
voice.
guys have a fan page? Yeah, the voice 17104@gmail.com.
Yeah, I got it. I don't know why it's
Okay.
not letting me send the it's not
Do you
allowing
guys
me to
have a fan page on social media that may have the flyer on it?
no. Okay, so it's on my Facebook page. You
Oh,
could go to
good.
my Facebook page. I'm gonna send it right
Okay, is it
now.
a
I'm gonna post it
okay, yeah,
again
hit me
on.
with that, then I'll just grab it from there.
That's
All right.
great. That's great. Yeah. Yeah, because it's a great flyer.
So I
Yeah.
just posted it on my Facebook page. And my
Okay, and your
Facebook
Facebook
page is
page is under.
Bayah Thomas.
Okay,
Thomas.
gotcha. Gotcha.
Okay. Okay, he'll get it up there then. So folks, we want you to see this flyer. It's a beautiful flyer, and it's again on Saturday, May the 25th, which is only next week, right? No, wait a minute. What's the date? The date
No,
is
that's in 2 weeks.
2 weeks, 2 weeks from tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, tomorrow's the 11th for the 25th. Okay, so you got time. Got time to
yeah.
plan for it. All right. And then again on Sunday, well, that's from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then on Sunday it's from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Both at the Soldiers Grove. And it's
So
right
just
across from the fountain. If you come, go down 6th Street, you see the beautiful fountain there behind the Capitol building, and then right across from there. Yeah.
yeah.
Is this it here or no?
Yep.
Yes, that's it. Yes.
Okay.
That's it. Yes,
So you
indeed.
can walk us through.
I'm sorry, say that again, Chris.
Oh no, I said you could walk us through it if you wanted to.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead, brother. Emanuel.
Okay. Okay, my apologies. So we have an event on the 25th, and it's to celebrate and just honor individuals from Harrisburg and surrounding counties that produce progressive and positive change in our lives, in our community. Is also a platform for many artists that's going to be there. Some children from the high schools, they have a marching band or some type of band or something like that. We're going to have music performers, and then just individuals that's a part of different villages. Um, our village is the Black Authors Village, where individuals that publish books is going to come out and share their truth, share their story, motivate and inspire positive change in our people's lives, and just do what's best. And that's love and support each other. So if you have some time, I know it's a lot of things going on that day, but come through and support our legacy. What
Absolutely.
we do in our lives is our legacy. Our children, a lot of people believe our children is our legacy, but actually, factually, what we do in our life, the core ethics, our character, that's our legacy. So we want to come out and support each other's legacies.
Amen. That's right. That's right. Well, this is a good thing, man. I'm glad you came on to talk about it. And again, it's sponsored by the Black Think Tank. There's some excellent people involved in that. Brother Emmanuel Thomas, Aisha Mobley, of course, Micaiah Brown. Who's some other folks that I'm missing somebody? Eric Jackson.
Justice matters. Justice
Okay.
matters. Um, It's a lot of other people. Alana Cornish, um, Jamal Thrasher, um, who's else on there? Angela. I don't know Angie's last name.
Bates. Bates.
Yes, yes, Bates. Yes.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you know,
That's
we
good
we
stuff.
definitely. I
Yeah.
apologize for not being able to throw all the names
Oh
out.
no, no, no! I can't either, man. I know the people, but I just can't think of who they are now. But you
Yeah,
get the point that some quality folks are involved in this network and they're making it happen. And all those people are doers, man. They're people that
yes.
change agents within our community. They make things happen. So that's a good thing. So I really do
One
hope
thing,
people will come. We didn't
my
mention
apologies.
this is a free event, right?
Yes, the event is free. Anybody want to can attend can attend. But I want to go back to the think tank. The Harrisburg Black Think Tank
Sure.
is for us. And we just had a membership drive seeking more members.
Okay.
So anybody can be a part of this Harrisburg Black Think Tank. We actually need more people to join
Mhm.
because the more minds, the more positive minds, the more we can get done, the more positive impact that we're going to have in our community. And that's how much we can change each other's lives by joining in each other's lives and being active participants in positive progressive change.
So the question for you then, what is the process for joining?
Oh, for joining, we have meetings, I think, believe like every Sunday or every other Sunday is almost all meetings regularly. But you can
Mhm.
just come to the meeting and or contact somebody if you know somebody. Now you hear me, you see me, Bayai Thomas, Facebook, Instagram, all that. You can contact me 717-307-7757.
All right.
And then we can just do what's best.
Say your number one more time so the people catch it.
717-307-7757.
307-7757. Got that? Okay, we got it. That's good, man. So here's the thing. You're saying there's no cost to membership. You can just join.
Well, yes, it's a membership. The membership is $30 for the membership.
Okay. Okay, good enough. Just want to make sure people know, which is
Yeah.
nothing. I
So
mean,
that the
mhm,
membership will, the $30 will include for any event that we have, such as this one. We
mhm.
wouldn't have to pay. That membership is included for any events that we have. You wouldn't have to pay for setting up your table
Okay,
for whatever you have. You can have your merch, sell your merch, whatever you want to do. You have the opportunity to do it. If you want to come up with an event, you want to make an event, you want to do something, you have the
yeah.
opportunity to do it.
Wow.
Um,
Wow.
this is something that's not, orchestrated by the people that's on the panel, because we do have a like a chair, but anybody that's a part of the Harrisburg Black Think Tank has opinion, a mind, and a voice. And
Mhm,
whatever you present, it will be
mhm.
taken in consideration and pushed forward.
Very good, very good. Yeah, I remember once you had one down at the Harrisburg University of Science and Technology, and that was really well done. You had a number of panels there that day, and I got a chance to see it firsthand. That was my first experience, and I was involved with that. And then, of course, the one at the Rock was really good, and I
Yeah.
think I've been to at least one other. But good stuff, man. This is great. Let's shift gears for just a minute because when I heard you the last time, actually the first time, you were at the Rock and you talked about a very important subject for our community. Tell us all about that. What's your involvement and what was the topic that day for you?
Okay, so transparency. My name is Emanuel Bayot Thomas. I go by Bayot,
Hmm.
but I evolved into the love of life, and I'm also the love of life. That's my entity, that's my name, that's my dream.
Hmm.
And I done so inside solitary confinement.
Hmm.
Um, I served 25 years in six different penitentiaries. And
Wow.
in my darkest hour, my darkest moment brought about my brightest moment.
Mm.
Um, the second that I realized that they wasn't trying to kill me, what I kept telling myself, what I kept saying,
Yeah.
as I was punching the walls, fighting for my freedom, fighting for my life.
Hmm.
And the realization of the fact that it wasn't them trying to kill me, because I was clearly in a cell by myself, that I was killing myself. Um, and the fact of the matter is that I didn't love myself enough. I didn't love my family enough to
Hmm.
choose a life that put my life on the line every second of the day,
Hmm.
that threw my freedom in the trash. And I willfully did so as I signed, you know, my life over in my blood.
Hmm.
And I devalued my life before I gave myself a chance to live a meaningful life.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, with me holding myself accountable for my actions as well as my inactions in my absence, I made a commitment to be about love
All
and to
right.
live for love. And that's how I evolved into the love of life. And I started a newsletter, Conscious Liberated Men and Women, inside there. I published my first book, The Love of Life, inside there. And I
Okay.
started a nonprofit organization, co-started a nonprofit organization in Philadelphia, the
Hmm.
Love of Life Community Safe Haven. And I've been out here in Harrisburg. I've been home for 2 years and 2 months. And on my 2 year anniversary, I organized a march on the state capitol to save our children's lives,
Hmm.
and started a collective unifying our forces
Yeah.
to bring together individuals within our community and outside of our community, together to amplify our positive impacts on our community.
Yeah. Yeah. So, we have a couple different avenues. This platform is one of, the avenues that we use, and it's been excellent for us over the years. And we also have what's called Life Esteem, the TV program, and that's an
Yeah.
excellent avenue as well to put those together. So I want to talk to you about possibly coming on that platform as well to talk about just that, because there are a lot of people are coming home. And the question is, what do they find when they come home? What do they need when they come home? And how can we do a better job as a community receiving them and accepting them and helping them to get back into the community in a positive way like you are. And so So when we get off tonight, we'll talk about that, okay? See
Yes,
if we can
sir,
make it happen. Absolutely. Because you're doing a
for
great
sure.
job, man. And you mentioned your book. Uh, you know, you don't have a copy of your book handy, do you, by any chance?
No, I don't have.
That's
No,
okay.
I
That's all
don't
right.
have.
So, but it's on Amazon.
Yes, yes, it is.
Tell us a little bit about the book itself.
Okay. As I just spoke about, a little bit about my backstory. My
Mhm.
book, when I became a conscious, liberated man inside the prison, I started
Mhm.
writing and I
Good.
started expressing myself with my words and trying to paint pictures um, with these words in a way to illustrate my heart.
Okay.
So my book is a collaboration of articles that I wrote, spoken uh, poetry,
All right.
and letters that I wrote and received from my support system. For
Mm-hmm.
me, for
Mm-hmm.
me, I put my this way because a lot of times people
Can you
talk.
see the screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, that's your book there, right?
Oh no, I don't see it.
Oh,
Oh
you,
yes, yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah. All right, there you go.
Yes, that's it. Yes.
All right, my
So a lot
brother.
of people talk about who they are and say, I'm a good person, or you can believe and trust me. For
Mm-hmm.
me, it's not
Thank you,
for me
Chris.
to say these things,
Mm-hmm.
it's
Mm-hmm.
for the people that know me to say these things.
Yeah,
So I made sure I reflected that in my book.
excellent, excellent. Got to get a copy of your book, man. Yeah, I gotta do that. Okay, that's good.
Thank
And what year did it come out? It came out when?
2019.
All right, fantastic. Good, good, good. Very current still. All right, well, this is good stuff, man. And so let's just delve in that just a little bit. I mean, you came out and you see other brothers and sisters coming out all the time. What is the biggest obstacle that they're facing that people just don't understand? We've never been incarcerated. We don't have anybody that we know or whatever. So we just think, oh well, but firsthand. So what's the biggest obstacle you think, or one of the biggest obstacles that a person faces when they come home?
Well, it all depends on the reentry for the individual.
Okay.
Um, First and foremost, the biggest obstacle for us is ourselves.
All right.
Um, Whether you allow yourself to live a life that you never had before,
Mm-hmm.
or you allow yourself to be distant from the life that you had before. And then
Mm.
after that, most importantly, is where you're living. Your living conditions, whether
Yeah.
it's the house that you're living in or the community that you're living in.
Mm-hmm.
But housing is a big, big, big issue. It's a
Yeah.
big hurdle because a lot of people don't have good credit. A
Yeah.
lot of people, for me, uh, for instance, perfect example, I never had anything in my name. I never did anything on the legal standing for the
Mm-hmm.
government to know who I am. Nothing was
Mm-hmm.
ever entered into the system. So when I came home, I had no credit, no credit. So I had to fight for that. And then employment. Employment is a thing where they search and they dig into your criminal history.
Yeah.
And sometimes they deny you employment. And then just coming home, just like I said, giving yourself a chance because I could say this and that. But those two issues right there is
Mm-hmm.
imperative that we have resources and organizations and programs that do what we need
Yeah.
in regards to addressing our needs.
Mm-hmm.
Myself, I came home along with individuals that helped me out and was a part of my movement,
Mm-hmm.
our movement, I say, the love of life. I was blessed to be put in a position to actually take individuals that came home to job interviews,
Mm-hmm.
connect them with um, renters so they can get their home plans.
All
So
right.
I helped a lot of people in their transition as well since I've been home. And prior to me coming home, I helped 5 individuals be released from prison.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Fantastic, brother. This is what we need. We need brothers who understand it to give back, to help out, There's a dynamic sister out in California by the name of Burton. I can't think of her full name right now, but she wrote a book about just that, helping women who were coming out of prison and being thrust right back into the same old environment, the same, no skills, no money, no connections. And she just started taking them to her home. And next thing you know, she created a movement. We got a chance to hear her speak down in DC. And so you're doing essentially the same thing, helping people to understand, the light. And so I know, have you run into a guy like Tim White? Do you know Tim White?
That's my guy. Yeah, miracle for sure.
Miracle for sure, absolutely. So, and then there's other brothers, of course. I know come on, Loop, the Burnett's,
Burnett,
and also Breaking
that's
the
my big bro.
Chains. Yeah,
Kevin
yeah,
Dolphin.
yeah.
Them,
So
them my big,
there
them
you
my big
go.
bro.
So you got them,
Yeah.
you got them. And so there's a real movement in Harrisburg, and I bet other communities as well, where people are really trying to step up and making a difference, right?
Yes, yes.
Good
It's like you
stuff.
said earlier that it's so much that's going on in Harrisburg.
Yeah.
A part of unifying our forces that we was trying to create a registry
Mm-hmm.
where we notify the people of these positive events, these positive things that's going on. Because
Yeah.
one thing that I, oppose every time I hear it, as yourself, there's
Mhm.
nothing going on in Harrisburg. There's nothing to do. There's
Yeah.
always something going on and something to do,
Always. Always.
and I'm talking about positive things.
Yeah.
So it's just about having the knowledge and
Mhm.
then ability to adapt
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just progress, because it's too much going on to be still jaded by our past and our present. Actually, we got to
Yeah.
move, because if we don't
You gotta
move,
move.
you
Mhm.
can't stay still. You got to move, you got to evolve with life.
One of the things I would encourage the Black think tank to do, and you guys are doing a great job, is to have a show on this platform, on The Voice, and it's the title alone, The Voice. We could be the voice of our community. And so if you had a show, and you talked about all the various things coming up, and you got some excellent people like, you mentioned Angela Bates and Aisha and yourself and Micaiah, y'all should come on and talk about these things, man. Let people see it because it's on Facebook Live and then it doesn't go away. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
People can watch it whenever they can watch it. And so, when you tell the folks back in the meetings there, and in fact, I might, start coming myself. My wife looks at me every time I say that. She's like, "How much else you plan on cramming in here?" We got to be careful about that. And that's real talk, because home is also very important. So I always encourage people to, take care of home, whatever you do, and especially if
for
you have
sure.
kids. But you
Yeah,
have to be involved too, though. So it has to be a balance, right? But man, I
yeah.
would love to see the Black Think Tank have a program that we could all tune into and hear, the various things that are coming up, So just a thought, just a thought. Yeah.
Well, honestly, what you just proposed, I accept wholeheartedly on behalf of the Harrisburg Black Think Tank.
Okay.
And this is something that I brought up in our last meeting,
Okay.
and I said that I was going to do some things because I was the one that had the vision.
Mm-hmm.
So for sure, I'm going to take control of most of that, because I'm the one that sees the need for it, and
Okay.
yourself. So definitely we're gonna bring that forth.
Well, talk to Brother Chris. He's the man with the plan. He's the owner of the station. And so, he can make that happen for you. And yeah, I think once people know it's there, we'll tune in and we'll be better informed as to what's going on. And then we can start planning, our events not to always, coincide with someone else's event. And one of the
Yeah.
things that I know that happens too, there's a nice effort by Helen Spence. I don't know if you know Helen Spence, and
Yes,
also people like
yes, yes.
yeah, Francis Lavender. And they just had a meeting, I think, yesterday. They had their what's it called? Systems of care. And so they always have a whole cadre of people to meet out there at 900 South Arlington Avenue. And they talk about what's coming up, what they do a little bit. So, and that's sort of a think tank, so to speak. So you have that going on, and then you have the Black think tank going on. That's good stuff, man. It keeps us
Gotta
connected.
get together.
Got to get it together. That's
Yeah,
right.
we gotta get
That's right.
together.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So absolutely,
Hey,
get both of those together. Yeah. And the Writers Workshop, I want to become I want the workshop to be a member of the think tank. We ought to have agencies to become, groups that become a part of the think tank. We should have at least a representative at these meetings and all that kind of good stuff. so that we know what's going on and we pour into it, So we're all kind of working hand in hand. Hey, it's nothing to it but to do it, man. Nothing to it but to do it. But also, I'm glad to hear that you're, so involved with the brothers and sisters coming back. We had Tim was involved with oh boy, what was that called? Anyhow, it was through the Christian Churches United, and it kind of grew out of that. And so we had brothers and sisters who met weekly, I think it was weekly, and we were over at the church that Chris is currently located in, Wesley AME. And, it was a great thing. Anyone that was coming back home for the first time, we welcomed them back. We always had a speaker. It was well put together. I don't know if that coalition still exists. I hope it does. But if it doesn't, then maybe the think tank can get it rolling again, especially with your leadership, So we'll talk about that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So anyhow, Brother Chris, let's do this for a minute. Brother, how much time do you have, Brother Thomas?
I'm here.
Good. Okay. So we're going to take a quick break and ask Brother Chris to throw out the first video. And I understand the theme tonight is going to be around Juneteenth, which is coming up next month. And so, Brother Chris, take it away.
I believe this is one of the pictures from the march. You want to tell us a little bit about this one real quick before we jump into the video?
Okay, excellent.
Yeah,
okay.
That's a prideful moment right there. That was my 2-year anniversary of being home, and we was blessed to have this many people right here to come and support this movement, not me, but the movement. And for me to be able to galvanize the troops and for them to show through like that, that's just the love of life right there. That's it.
Excellent, man. All right. That's good
Wow.
find, Chris. Thank you, bro. Yeah.
Today I heard a message that hit my eardrums like strawberry soda diversion taste buds. The people of Texas are informed that, in accordance with a proclamation from the Office of the Executive of the United States, all slaves are free. And this was a truth that I dared to believe. Who knew I see the day where freedom would actually ring? And yeah, even though I got the message late, now it's time to celebrate. I'm so excited I could levitate, or dance, or sing. See, I thought liberation would only come at the consummation. I thought that my humanity would only be restored in eternity. I thought the only way that I would be set free is if Jesus personally walked a cup of his cross-shed blood down to the altar of the churches of my masters to remind them of what he'd done on my behalf. But now this changes everything. Imagine where my people will be when fathers are no longer separated from their families, when black men and their bride can provide and thrive, when they're no longer merely working to survive, when now my children's children can live without knowing that there are bloodstains woven in the fabric of our heritage, without fearing violence from those who feel offended by their skin. They can walk around freely without someone assuming they escaped, staring at them like someone slightly recognizable, or like at an exhibit where animals perform for their entertainment. But shoot, I'm about to take this 40 acres and a mule and make sure my people never have to struggle again. Imagine what that would be worth in 150 years. I might be able to buy back my people's dignity, and we can be more than property. See, yesterday I was not a man or a brother, but today my life matters. Things have changed. No more pictures of my peoples in chains, held captive like animals in cages, fed the scraps off tables like dogs who have been rendered docile, but still treated as if they was about to bite your head off. How many more years could we have survived the weight of oppression? Cutting off our airways like a 150-pound knee on our necks. And maybe the color brown won't be the mute button on our cries for help no more. And we can embrace our culture. We won't have to act like nobody else no more to appease white folks in their presence. And we'll be treated by them the same way that they would treat us in heaven, because the walls of hostility have been torn down. We might actually see the gospel lived out in our town. or in all of Texas, in the nation, in our churches, becoming a light to the world that will never again compromise. And I can hear the voice of my mother, who believed that deliverance would only come through death. And she would sing. My brother died a shouting, singing glory, hallelujah. The last word he said to me was about Jerusalem. My sister died a shouting, singing glory, hallelujah. The last word she said to me was about Jerusalem. And with joy in her heart, she would sing that she's a-traveling to her grave. Would she sing of death so hopeful if she knew this day would come? Or would she sing it even louder as to not put her hopes in her dreams? It seems that the day that she had hoped for but refused to believe, I will get to see. Unless freedom is just a dream I'm being sold.
Powerful. Thank you. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, that brother nailed that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was strong.
Mm-hmm. Very much so. Brother Chris finds those videos for us and, does them, blesses us with them every week. And so we always show about 4 in the evening here, but that one was very strong. Again, don't forget Juneteenth is coming up, people, and that is, June 19th is when we generally celebrate it. And there will be many celebrations during that weekend. So, make sure that you get involved and know what's happening around the area. And if you're traveling out of the area, know that many states, probably almost all states at this point, maybe with the exception of a couple southern states like Texas, who knows, they celebrate Juneteenth. And Juneteenth is not a national holiday. All right. So keep that in mind. And, whatever you do, do your part, not just for the, community celebration, but celebrate it in your home and in your heart as well. Because our ancestors struggled, they suffered, but they persevered and they built. And that's why we are here today. So we're going to definitely celebrate that. And also we're going to, it's an interesting thing. You want to celebrate at the same time, it makes you a little angry when you think about why we had to celebrate. Okay, I won't get into that. But anyhow, we have with us today, Brother Emanuel Thomas. And Brother Thomas, introduce yourself again in terms, I know you like to be called, did you say Bay?
Baya.
Bayat. Okay, I won't forget that, Brother Bayat. And, thank you. You're off camera right now. I don't know if you want to come back on or not.
Yes. My apologies. I had to
No, it's all
retrieve
good.
some of my entries because gave me the opportunity to bless the people with my entries.
Okay, very good. Yeah, all right. So you okay? Did you have something you wanted to read or share tonight?
Yes, you
Okay.
asked me if I will read anything that I wanted to. So yes, I do.
Good. Take it away, man.
Okay. This is one of my entries from my book. I apologize for not having it incorporated in my memory.
Listen, I don't ever do that. I try, but I can't do it. So it's all good.
Yeah, I got some of them, but it's been a while, so they not polished. So I'm gonna give this
All right.
and apologize for any interruptions that I may have individuals live in this space as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
This piece is called Withdrawals from Freedom. I'm giving you a wall word bashing that's equivalent to a mental whiplashing. While I go through withdrawals from freedom, these withdrawals can be seen as a metaphor. While I go through withdrawals from freedom, fiending, drenched in a cold sweat, I chase the dragon daily as I bury my face in the pages of law books until I OD. I go on a deep coffee binge, trying to hide in the bottom of it, blackness of the bottom of the bottle, to soak away my self-pity, as if languishing in liquor. I awake with a hangover that tried to choke me in my sleep, choking off a vomit that tried to choke me and kill me like a crackhead I chased the genie between the pages in a feeble attempt to gratify my desire to touch freedom. I stick out my hand to reach for freedom, but my abuse towards her has turned her into a different type of animal. She commands me to finger my fingers through the criminal procedures and find the federal rules of evidence to free me. Like a genie, she inject her feelings and thoughts into me. My apologies. No, bro. Thank you. My apologies. Okay. My apologies. I can't even read this right now.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
I'm having difficulties.
Okay. Okay. I got you. But it's
Yeah, I'm
very
having
strong though, man. That part that you read, that we get the flavor, you know. Very
Yeah, I
strong.
don't know if this light is too light. Right or something? Can you
Okay.
see me? I don't know. It's too bright. My
Yeah.
eye.
Yeah.
I don't have my
There you go.
glasses.
Oh,
I
okay.
have
Don't
my
worry about
glasses.
it. But it's good.
My
So
apologies.
that's all right. If you
Yeah,
see, you
that's
mentioned that
horrible.
you have your glasses in the house there?
No, I don't.
Okay. I
That's
was gonna say, take
horrible.
your time and get them, man. You're all right. You're good. Yeah,
Hold on,
but
let me see
so okay.
if I could look. All right, I'm
So
gonna try. I'm gonna try again.
okay,
Just
good.
go ahead.
Okay.
My apologies, my people. I'm gonna give you a raw word bashing that's equivalent to a mental whiplashing. For these withdrawals can be seen as a metaphor. While I go through withdrawals for freedom. You see, I couldn't treat freedom, so she introduced me to her big sister, Justice. Freedom felt her that me and her didn't suit each other, and me and her sister suited each other just well. With me meeting with me meeting Justice, was overcame by a lust that I never had before for a blonde woman, and she was so beautiful. Ah,
So good.
man, it's bad.
That's all right. These kids can't see it all. But and this is in your book?
Yes, it's in my book. I done mixed up the pages, so now I'm just all
I
over
got
the
you.
place.
Yeah, yeah.
So to try to, bring back my truth. I'm apologize for that, and I'm gonna scrap that. And I thank you all for giving me this opportunity.
Oh man, no
Apologize
problem. Yeah.
not
I thank
rising
you for giving us this wisdom and this
for not
information,
rising.
brother. Yes, indeed.
Apologize for not rising to the occasion, in the way that's befitting of me.
But listen,
So
I contacted you, man, around 5 something and asked you if you'd come on tonight. So you didn't get a chance to really prepare. We got that, you know. But no, what you dropped on
certainly,
us is really good, man. Very good. And
yeah,
I hope that what you'll do is okay. Well,
I
listen, we
came
come on
from
every
work,
Friday night. Did you? Okay. But we come on every
and
Friday night. So if you ever want to come on, man, just get yourself ready and come on, all right? I'm
yes,
serious.
sir.
Anytime, anytime. But so you are working. Where you working at? Do you mind telling us?
Uh,
You don't have to.
okay, so I'm here on Facebook Live and any other
Mhm,
platform.
mhm.
Unfortunately, I just lost my job today.
No,
Um,
no, no. Come on.
yes, I was
So you look,
working at Philadelphia Macaroni Company. I was
yeah.
I had like three different positions that I was working. They was working me like a mule there for
Wow.
7 months.
Mm,
And that company was bought by another company, and yesterday they made a decision, and today that decision was given, and a lot of people was notified that they were no longer employed there,
yeah.
and I was one of those individuals.
Mm,
So you know just me having obligations that I
mm,
have to fulfill, that I committed to, I
yeah.
had to still push forward to get this event um, established in regards to my village, which I'm
Yeah.
entrusted to run.
Mm-hmm.
So I should be, and I was seeking employment since I came from work,
Yeah.
and I did that for a bit of time, but
Mm-hmm.
mostly all my time was here,
Mm-hmm.
talking about this event, trying to
Okay.
get our people to come support each other and
Okay.
our community, because that's important.
Okay.
So, as it may be, I know the Creator knows my heart, knows my path,
Yeah.
and He may have removed me from that position to put me in my position.
There you go.
So,
Absolutely.
however way it go, with the greater the hardship, the greater the reward. So I know
Amen.
some way,
Mhm.
somehow, my opportunity is going to present itself.
Well,
So
listen, we're live, and there's a lot of people out there listening. I know you hear it, and if you don't hear this live, you're going to hear it when you're going to run it on Facebook here. And I know you gave your number before, brothers and sisters. If you know of any openings, and there are some possibilities of openings out there, I know there are. The brothers looking, call him up, call the station, whatever, and each one reach one and we can do that. So I know you know of something that's happening out there. So let's help the brother out. I work for UPMC, and they just laid off statewide 1,000 people. And I wasn't even aware of that until like last week. I guess it was last Friday we had to notice. I'm like, what? And so we didn't know, but yeah, a lot of people lost. So it's happening across the board in a lot of different ways. A lot of stores that are closing down and this and that. So it's almost like an epidemic at this point, man. So the point being that when we know something, though, we know the brother, and you know his heart. You heard him tonight. Reach out to him and tell him of the possibilities of employment. And don't tell me that you don't know, because I know you know. And anything I can think of, I will definitely let you know, my brother. And sometimes that whole thing. Are you familiar with State Representative Patty Kim?
yes,
Yeah, yeah. So she had a forum a few years back, and maybe I'm sure she's still doing the work, where she addressed that whole issue of people coming back home. And then, they had that record, of course, and employers didn't want to hire them. So she got employers to say, we will hire people, even if they have a record. Now different, companies have different rules and all that kind of stuff. But there's a whole cadre of business people out there who are open to hiring you regardless of what your record was. As long as you have a good heart and ready to do the work, they're willing to, sit down with you. So be sure and contact her office and let her know your situation as well. She might have some contacts, and she has some good people working in that office, like Fox. What's it? Is it Angel Fox? I think it's
Angela
Angel
Fox.
Fox.
Angie
Angela
Fox.
Fox. Okay. Reverend Beverly Taylor. I know was working there for a long time. I don't know if she's still there or not. I believe Tim is over there now, right? Tim White, is he working for her? I don't know, but anyhow, you have some good people in her office who could help you out. Oscar Douglas, I know, is associated with her. Contact Oscar. He's a good man, So all right, good stuff. And yeah, I'm glad. Thanks for sharing that, man, because that's what it's all about. When we know we have a need, we share with the community, and the community steps up. That's just the way it should be. So
Yeah,
all right, gonna keep it out only prayed up and stayed up. We're gonna be looking out for you. That's the key. And Brother
yeah,
Chris
that's
has
good.
a lot of contact with a lot of people as well. So, get to know Brother Chris. He can tell you different people to come his way by way of these programs. All right. Yeah. So
Yes, appreciate that. Thanks.
yeah, absolutely. So you've been doing poetry, huh?
Yes, yes. I'm sick right now because I wasn't able to you know um reflect my true worth. I'm gonna try this one if I can um
Yeah,
afforded the opportunity to.
sure. Go ahead.
Okay, my apologies. Roll call. I stand before you today to inform you of the new developments in this war. Through the vicious attacks against humanity, we're being forced to start enlisting you young brothers and sisters. I am the sergeant of arms, and I've been entrusted to enlist a team of wise, conscious, and committed men and women to serve the infantry known as youth. and family development. Some of you may be eager to be a part of this infallible team. In truth, we don't need some of you. It hurts to say, but everybody aren't qualified to be an assassin. And that's what we're here for. So if the following doesn't apply to you, then something isn't right. And here's where you need to be. I ask, is it in you to murder every misrepresentation of you and your kind? I ask, is it in you to take on the responsibility of being a man and a woman? And can you see yourself being a part of this movement? Marching forward in our city, I ask, is it in you to take the conditions that our kids are living in and take responsibility of them? Is it in you to be restless even when you're breathless? Come on, brothers and sisters, we need you in this fight. I ask, when you hear the name Kuta Kinte, do you go back to your roots and relate to his struggle with the chains and the loss of freedom? Can you feel his pain as the man set out to break his soul? Can you feel the whips, and I mean all of his lashes? Or you more in tune with Toby? You know, every day that we're behind these walls or living their life in these streets, a child is murdered in the streets and his mother has to identify his body. A baby is born without a father, forced to be a bastard. You see, I'm looking for cold-blooded killers, men and women, who will bring an end to the life of this game. Who's ready to stop all the madness that's engulfing our lives and the lives of our loved ones? I feel some type of way, and you should too. Come on. Let's expose this game for what it is. We're at war, and it's life and death situations around every corner. Therefore, I ask, will you be stagnated or will you be progressive? Can you hear me? Can you feel me? Will you hear me when I'm calling out and catch me when I'm falling? Gear up. It's time to move out. Before we hit the battlefield, I must know, is it in you to ask for help when you need it, or will you die before you ask for someone's help? Is it in you to bring forth life when a man or woman has lost all sense of pride? Is it in you to set your pride aside and follow a great leader? Is it in you to take an 8 count, or will you rush back to your feet to show that you're not weak? Will you seek your brothers and sisters out when you need help and time and life is getting the best of you? Can your brother and sisters count on you when they're giving you their all and they need your emotional and mental support? Do you respect the fact that adversity brings out the best in you? Because that's what I'm here for, the best of you. Let's kill all this noise and right our wrongs. Roll call. Roll call.
Oh man. See, that was supposed to be read tonight, you know? That's why you couldn't get the other one out. Because that was supposed to be read tonight. That's powerful, man.
Yeah.
That's real good, brother. That's real good. So that's in the book, I know, right?
Yeah, that's in the book. When you
Good.
get if anybody read it in the book, it's gonna be different. I had to ad-lib that, John, make
Yeah.
it fitting for the people here today. But yes, that's in the book.
That's good to know. That's good to know. Roll call. All right. But that's a good piece, though. So you ad-libbed some of that as you were reading it tonight?
Yes, sir.
That's good. That's real good. I went to a workshop once where a sister talked about that. She said how, because that was really powerful what you did. So she was against people just memorizing a poem, and she said, I know a lot of you like to get up and you just do the spoken word piece. She said, but, you can't breathe no more life into it because you just memorize. She said, but when you can put some, and that's what you just did, that was powerful, man. So, and I like the fact that you used the refrain, is it in you? And it made it sound like you don't say kill this, kill. No, you're talking about killing that demon inside of us killing that limitation inside of us, killing that, limited vision inside of us and getting to work. That was good stuff. So really, really,
Yes.
really appreciate that piece, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
And
Thank
I'm
you.
glad you recorded that so you can hear that over again and keep that piece together, man, because that was good. That was real good. So,
I
yeah,
appreciate that.
yeah. So keep writing, whatever you do. But like I said, use this as a platform, and there's many other platforms out there. But we'd love to have you come on and talk about some things and, encourage us to keep moving forward, man. That's what we need. So, yeah, good stuff. There's a brother that I hope that you'll meet one day. His name is Jonathan Queen. I don't know if we talked about him before, you ever met him before, but he's from Harrisburg and did some significant time. Did at least 10, I think, in federal prison, but he'd been in and out of prison a lot. And he said the judge told him he was a career criminal. And he was only like 23 or 24 or something like that, maybe even younger. And the judge sentenced him to 10 years. And he became a writer. He became a serious writer. And now he went and got his doctorate from, I think, Princeton or somewhere. But anyhow, he just finished since he got his bachelor's, master's degree and doctorate. And he's a assistant. He's a youth pastor down in the Maryland area and doing tremendous stuff, man. This cat travels all over the world. But he once brought us some 15 writers. I think they were called the Exodus group. And all 15 of those men who came in to Harrisburg, we had them at the State Museum, had done at least 15 years or more in prison and then became authors. And somehow they all found each other. And the one brother, he wrote a book called Being Obama, which was a big bestseller, at one point. And so Jonathan wrote a book called, well, he wrote a number of books, but the one that I always remember is Are You Sane? SANE. And that stands for Setting a New Example. And so he said when he was in prison, he one day looked in the mirror and asked, are you setting a new example? And so he just turned his life around just like you did and began to see things differently and begin to address, instead of saying that they're trying to kill me, you ask the question, why am I trying to kill myself? Like you said to yourself. So, yeah, man, I hope that you meet that brother sometime because he's on fire for the Lord. He's serious. He has a huge church that he's a part of, and he's a youth minister, and he brings out, he's just doing great stuff. But anyhow, hopefully we'll make that connection for you and hook you guys up. In fact, I want to call him and see if I can get him on the show one night to talk about some readings and maybe have both of you on, that'd be great.
Yeah.
So good stuff. Well, we used to have in Harrisburg a thing called the African Family Festival. Were you familiar with that at all?
No, I'm not.
Yeah. So, man, listen, Macasia Brown, myself, Aisha probably too, all of us grew up with the African Family Festival. It was Rafika Muhammad.
Yes.
Yeah, Rafika, of course. And then her husband, brother, come on now, why am I trying to blank? Yeesh. Anyhow, I don't know why that is, but he was a master martial artist. And then his sons, they have Ishmael and, different sons, they became martial artists as well. Very good. But they put on the African Family Festival, man, for some 25 years or more at Reservoir Park and just packed it out. I mean, it was just packed out. Vendors came from all over New York, New Jersey, DC, whatever. A lot of African brothers and sisters came in and vended. And then we had nonstop entertainment on that Reservoir Park stage all day long. We started setting up at 6 o'clock in the morning. We did opening prayer, and then people go to church and come in. It was always on a Sunday. That's the other thing that was kind of interesting. But anyhow, so we do have a history of people coming together. That was like the focal point for all our organizations to do what we needed to do and make some things happen. And so, Macasia comes into that spirit. We put on some things down at the State Museum and other places. And I always tell people, make sure you know the history of your community because you'll be surprised. You think you're doing something new, and it ain't necessarily new, where you think that no one cares, but people do care. But the question is, why do we abandon or what happened to that which we had? And it wasn't an abandonment, it was just something that happened. It kind of, sort of fizzled out a little bit, but that doesn't mean we can't rekindle it. So hopefully the Soldiers Grove will become the new African Family Festival, if you know what I'm saying. I mean, I'm telling you, that's huge, man. It was really big. So hopefully we can do the same thing with Brother Micaiah's piece. We also have a Kwanzaa festival. I don't know if you've ever been to our Kwanzaa festivals, but man, we do it every year. And last year we had it at the Camp Curtin Academy, the school, in their gym. And that was excellent. But we've had it much larger. We've had them even at the old Harrisburg Mall. They gave us that huge space where one of the department stores used to be, and then they closed it up. And so we had like 100 vendors at one time, and then nonstop entertainment from like 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock, that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of different stuff that goes on. Like I said, a lot of history, and we can come together, and it's been proven time and time again. The question is, can we sustain it? And the answer is yes, we can. And now that we had a think tank, I think everyone should become a part of the think tank and still do your own thing. But, we work together. Why not? And so support the systems of care, support the think tank, and then support individuals. I see some people, they never show up to our events or never show up to this event or that event. It's like, no, you show up to everybody's event if you can. You can't come all the time, but come sometime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least
Yes.
that's my thinking. Yeah. So because we're all in this thing together. So it's all good stuff. Now, did you grow up in Harrisburg, or where did you grow up?
No, I'm from South Philadelphia.
Okay, Philadelphia, born and raised, huh? Okay.
Yeah. It was a blessing for me to not know where I wanted to re-enter society, but I
Okay.
know for sure I had to give myself a fair shot. And going back to Philadelphia, for me, wasn't giving myself a fair shot. So I knew I placed my trust in Law Sapena with the Island, the creator of all things.
Mm-hmm.
And I told Parole for them to figure out where I gotta start my life, because no matter where I go, I gotta take me with me. So
Amen.
I was blessed to enter Harrisburg, and I ain't looked back. And this is my home. This is where I'm from now.
All right. I got to tell you, there's a good brother named Steve Matthews. He's a good friend of mine. And I owe the brother a call because he called me last week sometime. And I said, hey, man, I'll get right back to you. But anyhow, Steve he walked off 42 years. He was over at Camp Hill Prison, and that's where I was teaching over there. And I met Steve there, and he had already been in the system for a long time. Got out, ended up going back, on the violation, all this kind of crap. But I've been encouraging that brother to write. He's also from Philadelphia, by the way. And so, good brother, man. And I think you would encourage him, because what you are doing is what I've been trying to get him to do, because he has the ability to do it. He's a little bit more, resistant to it. He wants to do it, but he doesn't think he can do it. And so I want you to encourage that brother, man, because he has a story to tell. And not only does he have a
I pull
story to
him
tell.
along.
Say it again.
I pull him along.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm hook you guys up, man, because brothers, you got a lot going on. Been there, done that, everything under the sun, and then finally found himself. You know what I mean? And could be a tremendous asset to a lot of brothers and sisters who are still in that mindset to pull them out like you have. So yeah,
Yes.
we'll make that connection. We'll make that connection. I always want to honor Brother Chris because he pulls up these videos for us. And I'm looking at the time, it's now 8:03. For those persons just tuning in, we're tuning into the Writer's Wordshop here on The Voice, 17104 Harrisburg. Blessed enough tonight to have brother, I still call you brother Emanuel Thomas. I hope you don't mind me just using the full name, but you also go by?
Well, the full name is Emanuel Bayard Thomas.
Bayard, got you. Man, you're
I
Bayard, but you like to go by Bayard though, right?
Bayard. Yeah, or the Love of Life.
Or the Love of Life, and that's the name of your organization, right?
Yes.
Okay, and the name of his book as well, The Love of Life. Man, I'm telling you, brother, good stuff. My wife and I, she has an organization called Life Esteem. That's why we named our TV program like that. But our whole thing is Life Esteem. So Love of Life, Life Esteem, it's all good, man. Be positive. We got to speak positivity into our lives. So this is great stuff. For those people just tuning in, though, we have Brother Bayat with us, and his name is Emanuel Thomas. He has a book out called Love of Life, and you can find it on Amazon. He said he had essays and some of his writings, articles that he wrote, poetry, and you just heard an example. Hopefully you heard that fantastic piece he just read to us called what was the name of the poem again? Roll Call. Yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Well, anyhow, so that's where we are. And if you don't know, we're on every Friday night from 7 until 9. Usually we have some other folks, kind of join us. Ro Brady, who's an excellent writer and also editor, has her own organization. Wendy Noche Onye, fantastic poet, spoken word artist, and she comes on at times. Also, we have Dr. Dan Snowden. Dan is a scientist, but also he's been writing his poetry and doing great work. We have Lizelle Powder out of New York, who joins us all the time, and she's a great writer as well as an artist. We have novelist Neil Owens, who is doing a lot of great stuff. And Neil, I see, just won another award with his books. And Neil has a fantastic book coming out later this year. I think he said September is his due date, and he's been reading excerpts from it over the course of the last year. And it sounds like it's well worth the wait. So and there are many other people that come on as well from time to time. And one of the things we're going to try to do is get back into introducing you to authors, especially local authors, but authors from around the country. We've had a little bit of everybody on over the years, and we want to do that again. So if you are an author, and if you've not been on this platform, we would invite you to, contact me. You can call me at 717-608-2312, 717-608-2312. You can also email me at P as in Pat, P Gadsden, Gadsden, that's Gadsden at AOL.com. Gadsden at AOL.com. I'll be happy to, get you on, talk to you about, talk to you about your book and your writings and all that stuff, and maybe even give some tips to people who want to write a book, but they're not sure how to make it happen. Tell us your process, how you made it happen, and you will probably inspire somebody else. Other things the Wordshop does, we do programs once a month. We work with a dynamic sister by the name of Nicole Wilkerson. Nicole has been our events planner. She is event planner for a lot of people, but especially for the Wordshop and Life Esteem. And we always have something coming up. We have a program coming up in June. It is a Juneteenth celebration. We will also celebrate Father's Day in June. We didn't do a Mother's Day program this year. We always did a Mother's Day program. We did so many different things over the course of the year, ran out a little bit of steam and decided, you know what, we need to, just kind of do some things. So we will be celebrating Mother's Day at Life Esteem Ministries, which comes on, Facebook every Sunday morning from 11 a.m. until about 12:30. And, I usually bring the message. We also have Pastor Bill White, who gives us a Bible reflection. And, we just have a good time. But we will be celebrating Mother's Day at Life Esteem. And you can always catch it on my Facebook page, which is just Nathaniel Gadsden. And we come on right at 11 o'clock. We have a lot of viewers, and looking forward to having you be one of those viewers, okay? So come on out and check us out as we celebrate Mother's Day 2024. And for those of you who have lost your mother, like I have, we're celebrating doubly, right? Because we realize now, what we had. We had a mother who believed in us, trusted us, loved us, unconditionally. And, we got to remember who they were and how they were and what they meant to us and to many other people, So anyhow, let's celebrate. We have a lot of things coming up. We have we have an arm of the Writers Workshop called the African Storytelling arm, and we call it the Griot Collective. And so if you're interested in doing storytelling, we would love to have you be a part of that. We want to make sure that we connect with the national organizations. The finest ones are right here in our reach. Philadelphia has, it's like the mother of all African storytelling groups. They have what's called the, oh my goodness, I'm losing. Brother Chris, help me out. What is this? I mention this all the time. I can't even think of it right now. But anyhow, I'll think of it. But they had started a big movement there with a couple of folks, and then became a nationwide kind of thing. Oh man, the name of them is so fantastic. I just can't think of it. But anyhow, Baltimore and Maryland, they have a fantastic griot collective as well, African storytelling group. And then all throughout the country, there are African storytelling groups, and they all come together for a massive festival once a year. We also do what's called the International Storytelling Festival, which we usually hold in October. And we always held it at the State Museum. And, 2 years ago, we had like 25 different storytellers from all walks of life, all racial backgrounds and everything. It was just fantastic. And then last year, we had a wonderful turnout as well. Not so much of a turnout, but we had great speakers. And then we put it on Facebook Live, and it did well. So that's what we do. Don't forget that Kwanzaa will probably be in December. We always celebrate it early, and we celebrated December the 10th is what we're looking at, or around that time. And it's always a huge event. It's always free. We always have people from Philadelphia to come in that, bring a storyteller. I mean, they're international storytellers. And so we have the sister who's a stilt walker. And this sister is now, I know she don't mind me telling the age, but this is like 60 years old and still doing stilt walking. And fantastic. She doesn't wobble, fall, or nothing. I mean, she's excellent. And she's done it all over the world. So she's world class. But she's also an African storyteller. And so we will be talking about bringing Sister Thomas back in. And then, of course, we have all kinds of vendors. And I always have to appreciate Brother Micajah Brown. He always comes through and supports. And so I appreciate that. And so many others. And then, there's other things coming up too, which I won't take any more time. But we will have Sister Nicole to come on and give you a briefing of all the things we have laid out, for the year. I want to thank all of our sponsors too, by the way. We did receive a grant this year from Dauphin County, and Dauphin County gave us a nice little grant, and it's greatly appreciated. We will be putting that to use, making sure that every penny goes to, the community in terms of the programming that we do. And all of our programming, as you know, is free. So whenever people come out, they just come out. We don't charge a dime. What we do is we do have vendors, and the vendors kind of offset the costs as well. And I want to thank all of our vendors over the years that have helped us out. God bless you for what you do. Okay, having said all that, let's get back to our special guest today, Brother Thomas. For those of you who didn't know, let's introduce you one more time, man, to those people who are just tuning in for the first time. The brother is a poet, for one thing. He spoke out, I always say poet, but he's a spoken word artist. That's what most people call us these days. And, spoken word artist. He's an author. He's also someone who's connected to the Black Think Tank, and he has a very special event coming up in May the 25th and 26th. Tell us all about it.
Okay, so good evening. My name is Beat, and I'm the Love of Life. And I'm entrusted to run a village during the event. That's on the 25th is the Black Expo, African American Expo. We're galvanizing the troops and readying our army in regards to motivating, inspiring positive change in our community, and loving and supporting our community and individuals that's in our community that's doing positive things. We will be honoring them on these days. Some beautiful men and women will receive rewards. And then we have so many different villages. Like I said, I'm entrusted to run the Black Authors Village, individuals, men and women that publish books. It's going to be children performing. We have a band that's going to perform. We have so many different people that's coming out to support each other. And we just implore you to come through and show your love for life.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic, fantastic. I really hope to be there. I know we have some other things going on, but they won't be all day. So I'm gonna try to be there and like to be a vendor and support, because it's important that we do that. Everybody come out and support. If you can't be a vendor or anything like that, just come on out and just get involved. I see Dr. Dan Snowden has joined us. Okay, Dr. Dan, how you doing? He must be muted right now. Brother Dan?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll get Dan when he comes on. He'll introduce himself. Yeah. But so anyhow, man,
somebody else came on too.
Say it again.
Somebody else came on too.
Oh, someone else came on also? Okay. Oh, Ro
Yeah.
Brady. Okay. Okay. Let me take this call real quick here, and I'll be right back.
How are you?
Good evening, Miss Rowe. How are you, man? I know you're talking to Brother Bayou. Uh, Brother Bayou's having a wonderful event coming up on May the 25th, and it deals with authors. And Rowe's a wonderful author, and she has wonderful connections with authors. Why don't you tell her what you just told the audience about the event you got coming up on the 25th, my brother?
I was just
Okay.
talking to you.
I was about to say
So
that.
funny.
Yes, yes. So now we both got faces with the name and the voices. So I already talked to you earlier. This is so much of a blessing. This is what I was telling you earlier about how things come together. And this is just full circle from our conversation earlier about you just being a part of this event and trying to see what's possible. So for you to just join in. Question was asked earlier. It was $50 for one day. If you would come for one day, and it will be $80 for both days. So you can pick and choose however way you want it, and however you want to take part in it. But we're employing you and anybody else that published the book that want to be in the place to be, because this right here is the place to be for our people. There's so many different things going on in that day, but I don't know any event that weekend that's 2 days, but we have 2 days. So if you're not able to do one day, you're able to do the other day. However way it go, we want you to come through, whoever you may be, but you, Sister Rose, definitely you, because you was on the list.
Ah, well, thank you for putting me on the list. Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm trying to I left a message with Jenny for her to call me. We are trying to do more things in the community with Black Wall Street. So I told her, I said, well, if I do any vending, I'm going to try to do it twofold with my own stuff along with Black Wall Street. So I'm trying to see if she would be willing to give me some promotional materials for the table. So,
Yes.
Good. Did we say hello to Lucille Powder also joined us? Lucille, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Good night, everyone.
Lucille, okay, we have a special guest tonight, and that's Brother Bayat, and it's Brother Thomas, and he's been our special guest tonight. Yeah, and also Lucille's out of New York. That's the one I just mentioned. She's up out of New York there. Emanuel Thomas is the guest here. And of course, Ro, you just met Ro, and Ro is the editor. What's your title, Ro, for the Black Wall Street?
oh, editor-in-chief.
Editor-in-chief.
Yeah,
Right.
I've been in the midst of Black Wall Street the entire morning. I took off from work because I had had so much stuff to do between Black Wall Street and a training to do a theater camp. So I've just been sitting here at my computer like all day.
That's good. That's good. Keep it going.
Salute, salute, salute.
That's right. Make it
Salute.
work. Yeah. And Sister Lazille, she's out of New York. What's going on with you, Lazille?
Nothing much. Just writing, just doing art. I have some artwork to undo when I finish here. So
I
that's
see that
all.
one piece behind you. That's your creation, right?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. Yes, it is.
Oh,
All
that's
right.
nice. It's nice.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But she does some really very, very good stuff. Yeah. And Lazille also is a poet, and she has a book of poetry out as well. We have more than one book, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'd like to hear some of your works. In fact, we're gonna ask Ro and Lazille to read something for us tonight. And Dan, is Dr. Dan Snowden on?
I'm right here.
Okay. I don't
Right
hear you
here.
well. Can you turn your volume up a little bit?
Okay, well, I have it on speaker here, so.
There you go. Sounds good now.
We hear you
Sounds
better
good.
now.
Yeah, sounds better. Absolutely. Yeah, and now, Dan, I guess you heard me introduce Brother Thomas. He's been our special guest tonight and read some powerful poetry for us. His spoken word, very powerful. Yeah, so we're going to talk more about that. So let's do this here. So you know about the event coming up on the 25th and 26th. That's a Saturday and Sunday, 2 weeks from tomorrow. And so let's get some reading in, because I know the time is always precious. What time is it, by the way? I like to keep an eye on it. It's 8:19. We go off at 9 o'clock. So I'm gonna ask, who's ready to read something, Sister
I am.
Roll? Yeah,
Sure.
okay, go ahead.
I have this one. I'll read it. It's called Deep Black. I think I might have read it before.
Okay.
This deep, dark thing I am is called black. It's powerful. It's full-bodied like dark roasted seeds from good Mother Earth. It comes boldly forward, remembering the day it couldn't because it was enslaved by physical chains of hatred and poverty. Now it stands up tall, using its full height and life to look over the fence for opportunities to blossom. There had been times when the black blooms were pulled from the root like kinky curls on a bad hair day. Black is like remnants of fossil fuel. Baby, we came up from the ground up, giving birth to diamonds under all that pressure. Pressure that pushed us down only to change the direction in which a full revolution and revelation would and is exploding. We know you don't want to hear it again, but that's true black girl magic. No bunnies, wizards, or wands involved. Just pure know-how, want tos, and got tos. Don't forget about the ones who's already lying in their graves, dead cold, but left us their inheritance, teaching us enough to be woke enough to know when wrongs don't make no sense, when right is just sitting on the corner waiting to be right. Old folks tell us there's some things that's just gonna be paying taxes, maybe, but dying black. Now that's always gonna be. That's just deep black.
Yeah. That's just good. Very good. Yeah.
Thank
Good,
Love.
good.
Love.
All right. Yeah. Good stuff. Ms. Zill, would you like to, are you ready to read a piece, or Dan? Whichever one wants to go.
Well, I'm ready to go if you want to hear one.
Okay, go ahead, and then Ms. Zill will be next.
Okay, fair enough. This is my pilot piece that I did for the Writers Workshop called Different. First poem I wrote for the workshop.
Okay.
Yes, it's true, people. I'm very different from most mainstream persons. I tend to enjoy a somewhat unusual array of things that you'll find among these verses. Board games and game shows, model kit contests and comical conventions. These are events that I revel in with purely good intentions. But it does not stop here. Oh my heavens, no. We still have museums and nature shows to go. Rock and mineral clubs, gem and jewelry shows. When it comes to events like these, most anything goes. There's more where this came from. Here, take a peek. This person sees things like political and poetry events simply très chic. And let's not forget about another matter I favor. Sporting events, both as participant and spectator, fall among the many things that I savor. Yes, it's true, I'm very different, as anyone can plainly see, but these things that make me different are simply things that make me, me.
I like it. That's good
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Truth. There you go. Truth. Yes, indeed. Ms. Zill.
Yes.
Mhm.
Let me get my stuff together.
Okay.
All right. So I call this one Her Crown is Twisted. She don't know. She's not looking into her eyes. You know that kind, that brown shade chocolate pupil that represents her roots, where her vision stands. It's somewhere hidden in the back of her mind, as it is blurred and distorted by fallen trees. That's lost its roots as her strength fell into the dust. Her mirrored look is unappreciated. Her life of cuts and bruises that scarred her dried land of withered pain. She kept counting the times of her letdowns and breakdowns that turned into meltdowns. She just need to fix her crown. But her hands can't reach. They can't get up. They are asleep, just like her dreams. Get up, woman. Get up. Shake it off. Don't waste your tears. Fix your crown and let your scars be transformed into words that writes your story. Let your roots be planted on solid ground as you climb out of your valley and lift your hands in glory.
Yeah, all right. Beautiful, beautiful. And the title of that was?
Was that?
Your title?
The title.
Oh, it's Her Crown is Twisted.
Her crown was twisted. I like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm gonna read the piece. This is a piece that I actually revised, years later, and did it. I was inspired by the whole, craziness that was going on with the police brutality, the police murders of George Floyd and so many others. So I, kind of changed it. But this was the original piece that I wrote, and it was called Pain, Pain. And it goes like this. I'm going to twist off my foot, turn it in a clockwise direction until it snaps. I think I'll twist off my right foot. That's the one I like best. I'll turn it slowly in a clockwise direction, causing the veins to pop and the cartilage to snap. I want the bone to push through the skin, exposing the white side of my black self. I want the blood to gush and the foot to turn a dark purple. I want it to make a clean break and hang gently by a thin strip of skin. I hope passerbyers stop and gasp in horror, cause them to throw up the garbage they ate at some fancy Jewish, Chinese, Italian, Russian, European, Indian restaurant. I want the crowd to be large. I'll take the foot in my mouth and bite off each toe, spitting them at the crowd, then smile to show my red-stained teeth. I'll rip off the remaining skin and hold the foot high above my head. I'll scream in pain. And when the well-dressed, clean-shaven, talk like all the rest newscaster comes to my hospital bed, I'll tell him of my unemployment pains, my exclusion pains, my pains of hunger, my pains of urban exile, my pains of rape and cultural molestation, my doo-wop pains, my blues pains, my heartfelt gospel pains. And I'm going to shout and sing of these pains just like I've done so many times before. And when he inquires about my foot, I'll tell him I'm in too much pain to talk about such small things, and then I'll just keep right on singing.
That's one of my favorites of yours because it's so visual. I've heard you read that one before, and I know it's like the metaphor for such deeper things, but it's just like that whole first stanza of the foot, just like I'm picturing so much more. You don't know what's going on in my head when you read that one.
I understand what you're saying. It's interesting. That piece was published in a full page in the Black Scholar magazine. And at the time, the Black Scholar was like the magazine for intellectual, exchanges with the Black community. And when I first contacted them, I thought, but they picked it up and took it, and gave it good treatment. So I appreciate that way back in the day. But anyhow, like I said,
Appreciate you producing that. That's beautiful.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Yeah. And so again, thank you. Our special guest tonight, my brother Bayat, was encouraging all of us to become members of the Black Think Tank. And the Black Think Tank is largely responsible for the event that's going to come up on May the 25th and 26th. And I understand it's a very nominal fee to be a member of the Black Think Tank. Tell us one more time about that, Brother Bayat.
Yes, well, the Harrisburg Black Think Tank is business people that's in the Harrisburg area and surrounding areas. If you have a business, you published a book, something like that, you can be a part of this event on the 25th and the 26th. It's actually the Black Expo, African American culture. We're going to come through and just motivate, inspire positive change and our progressive change in our community. But we need our community to come out and support and join in. we're honoring some individuals that been doing works in our community that's productive to our citizens, and they just been stellar men and women in our community. So we're going to honor them. And we have various villages. I'm entrusted with the Black Author Village. So individuals that publish their books have the opportunity to come through and sell their books and tell their story and just be a part of this progressive movement.
Fantastic, fantastic. Hey, Brother Chris, can you do another video for us? Because I know you were giving us the theme of Juneteenth, and Juneteenth is right around the corner. And so we have one of the videos which just, it was excellent. So here's another video that Brother Chris has pulled up for us.
One of millions tied packed on this 21st century slave ship. Now not your everyday slave, no house niggas, no planners. We on this ship cause Massa, wearing a sandy brown hat on the tip of his head. Eyes, the color agreed. Right hand the whip, left his taken hand, wrinkled like crow's feet, shaking uncontrollably. We call him the credit monster. He's always saying how we on this ship cause we special. That we financial slaves going to the new world and they no cotton picking fields no more. These are dollar picking fields where all we gotta do is go to college with our ankles chained to our wrists for 4 years and bam, we'll be free. But right now, the ship and time are the only things moving. Master like it that way. Master like to see us stumble when we walk, fall down, get back up, dance, puppet girl, dance, sing another hymn, slave girl, pray, slave girl, beg for help, begging Master, let me be in debt. Let me be in debt, Master, I need to survive. Can I borrow a subsidized loan to unlock myself, cause we suffering here. He ignores me. See, begging over and over and over again comes to look a lot like silence. A deep blue sea sealing in all the sounds that live within it. That there's nothing human enough left to rise to the surface. We let our voices be taken from us. I volunteered for slavery. One of millions tied packed on this 21st century slave ship. The more slaves Master pack onto one ship, the more profit he can make. The more financial aid Master hide in the body of the boat, the more loans he gives out, the more we give up, the more debt we are in, the more minimum payments we pay to just pay off interest. We are our Master's one-time interest. But time and this ship keeps on a-moving, and our debt keeps on a-growing like time keeps on a-repeating itself like this is a cycle. A rippling puddle from a penny rusting of too many wishes. The waves only get larger. The debt only gets larger as naive high school graduates believe that they can pay back the accumulation of debt the day they graduate from college. They are the new blood. Master love, Master love. I'm not overwhelmed with smell of new blood. Ripe. Master say the best slaves are the ones picked too soon from the poplar trees. Fresh. Master calls us a strange fruit. Sweet. So sweet that Master hands, wrinkled like crow's feet, want to pluck us from these trees. These new bloods still had a scent of hope dripping down their backs, but Master know how to break that out of them real quick. Break them till their voice boxes crack, whip them till there's no more music. Master say, don't throw them overboard yet. Just beat them down till they begging like the rest of them, cause they need us cause they are the servant to the lender, cause you can always ignore begging. It looks a lot like silence.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
excellent.
Now there's an interesting piece.
Yeah, very much so. And you know, I wish the music would have been toned down just a little bit so we wouldn't lose the words, but I thought what she had to say was really good. But yeah, the music was maybe a little bit over, you know, overbearing. But wow, she nailed it. And I like the fact that she put her soul into it too. She didn't just say it, she, you know, really got into it. Yeah, you know. Good stuff, good stuff. Well, who else has another piece to read? Let's go back around. Ro, did you have something else you want to share?
Sure. I thought about Lascelles. I also have one about a crown.
Okay.
It's called Broken Crown, Fall Down. Beat down, broken crown. This is how you left me. This is how I am. No rest for the weary, no peace for the mind. Sad state of affairs, no telling how long the life is gonna hold. Fair to Midland, ain't nowhere to be. Beat down, broken crown, this is how you left me. Beat down, broken crown. Laying low, swinging in the breeze. Old folks say we're gonna understand it by and by. Swing low, swing chariot. It swings low, down low, way low, depression, oppression, feeling like this weight tied tight around my neck, squeezing out the pride of life, the light that once illuminated this space I call Black womanhood. Peace, be still, still, you say? I'm trying to get this monkey off my back. This burden ain't the burden of being Black. Stop it now. Don't put your foot on my neck. Beat down, broken crown, that's how you left me. Don't you see me, my brown face with its shiny glow, peeking through the window? Now I see, now I know why you beat me down so low. Fall down, broken crown, broken crown. I see this is not the end. I'm standing tall now, not weak but strong, picking up my crown, not dangling it at my feet, not resting my head on my moral defense, picking up my crown, picking up my crown, picking up my crown.
Very good. Thank you. Broken crown.
Beautiful, yes.
Good stuff, good stuff.
Good, good.
Brother Dan?
Oh, all right. Here's another early piece called Waiting. Whether a coveted promotion or a time for some devotion, the need to wait on such matters can be a cause of much commotion. Wanting to have everything go right, to ensure that all one's days are bright. The wait in reaching anyone's goals seemingly takes a whole lot of might. Waiting, sometimes it can be a pain. Waiting can take a toll on the brain. Waiting, the activity is just such a drain. Waiting, when nothing happens, it seems to be in vain. It is often said that to those who wait, the good things will come. However, if this is true, then when do I get some? Waiting may not be a bad thing. It is often needed to balance the grind. Yet when it takes far too long, it can drive one out of one's mind. So let's put an end to this waiting, as it is sometimes overrated. I'd rather have what I need to happen now so that I can keep reaching my goals unabated.
Good stuff, Brandon. Thank you, Dan. Good stuff. Waiting. All right. Good, good. Brazil.
Yeah. Let's have this one here. No, I wrote these two today, but as Mother's Day as Mother's Day is Sunday, I just kind of like, you know, it's not that I was putting I just kind of depict what mothers go through, you know, being a mother. So this one is called So She Knew. She knew that motherhood is her journey now, that her right space enough to fit her intelligence was wrongly abused and misused. Her other side of being a woman, of opening her arms to love and not be loved, to care and not to be cared for. She shed tears that made drip marks look like her part, her journey, her song, as her footprints remained stagnant. Not even the dust moved. She's careful, careful not to let her dreams drown, just like her mother and grandmother. They didn't get along. Now generations went wrong, but she tried to believe in herself, believe in her strength, believe that her body can carry her weight of her problems. She just wants to be appreciated. She sees herself as the answer to everyone's problem. But who is answering hers? The light bulb that gives her ideas to create is dead, her vision being misled. But she still smiles as the unseen pain strangles her mind like a lynching rope. She's hanged at many times by the judgment of her decisions to save the world. But she is still human, with clipped fingernails and toenails painted with her favorite color, as her decorum stained by past insults mirrored her imperfections. She still smiles through it all. As her hands claps and knees bent, giving thanks, her hidden tears cries as it washes away her unworthiness from inside. That's
Wow. Good stuff. You say just wrote that today.
yeah.
That's good. No, that's excellent. Way to go. Yes, indeed. And happy Mother's Day to the two ladies that are on tonight. I know that that'll be on us on Sunday, but I'm gonna say it now since I got you. Yeah. Happy Mother's Day. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. You know.
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Brother Dan Dan did read. That's right. Yeah. So good stuff. All right. So anyhow, real quick. Let me see what time we have here. The brother, Thomas, did you leave? He may be off by now. Okay. So, Ro, tell us a little bit about your business. I know you're out there helping writers and people and this and that. So tell us a little bit about that real quick.
Oh, well, I've been really busy. I sort of started something else. We started a writing group at Dayspring also. It's more of a writing critique group. The goal is to get a group of people together and prayerfully they finish their manuscripts. I'm also doing editing with RB Clean Page Editing, which it's me. So I've been doing that in ghostwriting and writing. I'm almost ready to release my new poetry book.
All right. That's excellent.
Yeah, so I've been quite busy with that in the Black Wall Street. So
okay, fantastic. And Lazelle, I know you're still doing your writings and also your paintings and everything. Tell us about your work and how people can get hold of it.
Okay, I have to prepare for, we are having like a fair, I think it's next month.
Okay.
It's called a June fair, it's Hempstead. The name of the place is Hempstead, so they have like a Hempstead fair.
Okay.
For the art, most of my artwork will be going there to the fair. They want me to bring the artwork that was in the museum. I just recently did a video, recording and talking about the artwork, explaining how I came up with roots. I don't know, the idea just came up with roots. I guess it's knowing your roots and knowing where you come from. So they want me to bring the artwork to the fair together with the other artists who was there. So I'm just looking forward to that. And
Mhm.
I may add one or two more pieces to it. So.
Okay, good stuff, good stuff. Got to get you back down here to Harrisburg. We'll figure out how to make that happen. You know, for one of
Yes,
our things.
I
Yeah.
will. I want to because the summer is coming and I really want to
That'll
come
be great.
down.
That'll be great. We'll make that happen. We'll figure that out. Brother
Yeah.
Dan, what do you have planned? Anything going on that we need to know about in your world?
Not at the present time. I'm kind of busy with matters regarding church. I got to know tomorrow we got our stewardship committee meeting, and I got choir rehearsal, of course, and then I do my act over at Wildwood Park, where that's where I do my volunteer work every second Saturday of each month.
Nice. Okay, good stuff, man. Well, and Pat and I will be traveling with Messiah University. They have a thing called Thriving Together. Wendy Noche Onye went through it, I guess about a year ago. It's a 2-year program, and we travel down south, going to, Atlanta. I don't know all the states we're going to hit, but North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and all this stuff. So anyhow, and we're going to civil rights landmarks and meet some of the civil rights icons from the past who are still with us, thank God. And there's all other kind of surprises along the way. We'll see some African American museums and other things going on. So looking forward to that. And that's like a 6-day or 7-day trip, a 7-day trip. I think it's Sunday to Sunday. And so it's by bus. So we're gonna get a chance to hit some spots and stay over places and all that. So looking forward to that. I'm really gonna push myself to write more and to write about this experience. I've been really zeroing in on this. So I'm hoping that out of that will come a collection of my of some works, that I have to challenge myself more. And I'm looking forward to the 2 articles I'm going to submit to Black Wall Street. Thank you, Ro Brady. I appreciate the challenge. I'm looking forward to that. So I plan to get those to you by the 15th. And so, yes, indeed. So we're going to do all of that. And we're still going strong with the Life Esteem TV program. We have a thing coming up, taping coming up this week, in fact, next week, I should say. So we're looking forward to that as well. So anyhow, a lot of things going on, and we're all creative and we're all staying active and all that stuff. One of the things that Brother Thomas talked about tonight was bringing all of us together. How can we do a better job of networking with one another and supporting each other's events? And so that's a thing that it's not just for Harrisburg, but throughout the country. Anyone who's looking at this, watching this, figure out ways to have our community, especially, come together. Of course, we want to come together with the broader community as well. But the African American community, we need to do more, supporting one another, buying from one another, building with each other, and all those kind of good things. It's just a necessity. Other communities do it. We have to do it too. So anyhow, that's what's going on. There was something I was going to tell you about that I thought, but anyhow, I can't think what it is, but it's all good now. It's all good. So I hope that folks will continue to support the Wordshop. For those of you who don't know, we come on every Friday night right here on The Voice, 17104 Harrisburg, and we're here from 7 until 9. And we're looking forward to, hosting some new writers, emerging writers, established writers. So if you're ever interested in coming on and talking about your works, you can always reach out to me at 717-608-2312. That's 717-608-2312. I might not recognize your number. I might not pick up. So you definitely want to leave a message, okay? And I will always respond to the messages when they're left. And, if you're interested in coming on, we'll try to make that happen. That's what happened tonight with Brother Bayat Thomas. He, actually called me about the event coming up on the 25th and 26th. And then I asked him if he would come on, and he did. And he read a powerful piece to us, by the way, called Roll Call. Really, really good. Mm-hmm. And he has a book out, and it's on Amazon, called Love of Life. And so, he has a lot to talk about, lots to talk about. Anyhow, I'm happy for all of you, Ro. I'm glad to hear that your book's getting ready to come out soon, and looking forward to that. And it'll be a second poetry book, is that right?
Mm-hmm. That'll be my 13th book.
Your 13th book. Go ahead now. That's good stuff. But your second poetry book and the other books are all novels, novelettes, whatever, and that's good stuff. Okay, way to do it. And the Zill, do you have anything coming out soon, or I know you have books out, but do you have a project you're currently working on?
I haven't started anything as yet, and I need to. I need
Mhm.
to. I just did the
Okay.
one last year with Women Right Now. Different authors came together and we wrote about trauma. My trauma was, well, it's not really a trauma, but I mean, some mothers go through that when your daughter got pregnant and at a young age. So that was a kind of trauma for me.
Oh
So
yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
so they
Yeah.
all wrote on it, and that's the last book I did. So this year, nothing as yet, but if not this year, hopefully next year I'll get something done.
Good stuff. I was really happy for Maria Chow. In fact, I'll be contacting Maria tomorrow. But Ro Brady, she emceed our last event that we had there at 900 South Arlington, and it was around mask. And I thought Maria did an excellent job. And then the women who were there, is like I think about what 12 to 13 women who wrote and participated in that, and then they got up and read their pieces. And there was some good stuff that came out of there, you know. It would have been great if it could have been made into like an anthology, just for that event, talking about the mask that people wear. I don't know if that's even a possibility still, but I thought it was, I think it would be well worth it. I think a lot of people could relate to the stories that were shared and the works that were shared. So yeah. Anyhow, just keep on doing whatever you're doing. Keep on creating, and make it happen. You got so many things on the table, and eventually we get to them. We'll get them all done. It'll happen. But that's
I
what we
just want
do.
to ask a question. Are you still doing you had something where you have to submit your
The
work by the
magazine.
15th? Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah, we
started.
had an issue come out last month, and we'll have another one coming out. In fact, we need to do more with it. I have made a connection with a brother. Hopefully, we'll be able to get it more widely distributed and get more submissions and stuff. But Wendy wrote a piece about the bookstore down in Lingelstown, I think. Ro, what's the name of that bookstore?
Yeah, Heart and Soul.
Heart and Soul. Yeah, we published her article in there, and
Oh, good.
so we're looking to, yeah, we're looking to feature some,
Yeah, because we weren't able
different
to do it
things.
in Black Wall Street. We ran out of space the time
Yeah,
she, so
she
that's
told me,
really
yeah, but she asked, and I said, hey, put it in. Is that, and her article
good.
really is the only feature in there, and then we have some, different smaller things. But the lady who works on it, who does, the whole thing, she really did a nice job, and so real pleased with that. But yeah,
All
anytime
right,
you want to
so
submit, I
I
will
will
send
submit.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
you
next
did
month?
submit before, didn't you? You had something in before, yeah. So,
Yeah,
Rita
I forgot
Henderson,
all about it.
yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Anytime you want to, yeah. So Rita Henderson,
Submit
and
it.
we try to do our deadline is also the 15th of the month, but we extend it if we can. So yeah. So anyhow, she's gotten real busy, and which is a good thing for her. And appreciate what she's doing and that kind of thing. But we were trying to do it monthly. I don't think we're going to do it monthly. We'll see. Uh, we'll do it when we do it. And so when you submit something, we have a full article, we'll get it in there. Yeah. I mean, a full publication, we'll get it in there, get it out. So that's where
Yeah,
we are.
no, I'm struggling. I was supposed to do my author's newsletter for the month of May, and I have not. I've gone on constant contact and started it, but that's as far as I've gotten. So sometimes it's just
Listen,
that.
I know I'm dragging all myself all over the place, but I'm trying to this weekend, all the loose ends, put those things together.
That
And
would be good.
yeah.
Yes.
I got to do it because I know you waiting on me for a couple things here, and so yep, we'll get it done. We'll get it done. Well, listen, I think we pretty much exhausted ourselves tonight. I think it was a great, workshop tonight. I really appreciate Brother Thomas coming on at the last minute here, Brother Bayat, and he has quite a story to tell. He's a returning citizen, having done significant time, and he talked about that tonight, and then also his book and his poetry and all the things that he's doing to help other people who are also returning citizens. Really, he's doing a tremendous work. And then also, of course, he's working with the Black Network. So yeah, brothers on it. And then also we have things coming up. There's a lot coming up. Juneteenth is coming up, and we will have a special event. I already know that Nicole's working hard on that, and she and I will be collaborating and talking about what needs to happen. And you know, we're looking forward to a big event for Juneteenth. And then, of course, we have some other things coming up as well. And we're not the only ones doing stuff. There's a lot of people that are doing things. So, you know, try to stay tuned. I actually encourage Brother Thomas to get a show on here on The Voice for the Black Network, so that we'll know what's going on and all the different groups can come on and talk about what they have coming up. You know, one of the things I'd love to see you do, Dazil, is do something around your heritage of Trinidad, and you know, really get maybe some poets, and then maybe do an anthology of Trinidadian you know, writers, if that's the right thing, and you be the, you know, the editor and publisher and whatever, you know, just make that thing happen. That would be fantastic.
Yeah. I've already got my cousin asked me to write about Tobago because he lives there. So he asked me, he said he already have all the pictures and everything. So it's just for me to write it and put everything together. So he's just waiting on me, and
Good.
I gotta start it soon.
Yeah. Well, I know you have a lot on your plate. Don't despair. Just get it done when you can get it done, you know.
Yeah.
Everything, yeah. And your show is on next tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to cancel. Brother Chris, I told him, I said, listen, I ain't doing show, it's Mother's Day, I'll go in. But then one of my friends, when I told her that, she said, no. She said, no, you're not going to cancel that show. You're not going to cancel the show. She said, you're going to do it. You don't know what it could lead to. And she keep repeating it. And then like, the Holy Spirit just moved and said, you got to do the show.
Yeah.
A lot of women needs to hear the show because I'm doing it on about Mother's Day and talking a little bit. So,
yeah.
You know,
and invite guests on. Brother Thomas told you, invite guests on. But the other thing is get people to support it, get sponsors, you know. Just that women want that show. And so tell them that here's what you need, and just get people to give small sponsorships.
Yeah, one of my coworkers planned to listen. She said, listen, I'm gonna listen.
Yeah. No, they'll sponsor the show. Yeah, you gotta put it out there, okay?
Yeah, what time does it come on again?
11:30.
11:30.
Okay, good.
12, yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, 11:30 to 12. It's half an hour, and you pack a lot in there. And like I said, just invite people to come on, and this become very popular, you know. And just keep it going, and you'll just keep picking up, you know, listeners and viewers and all that stuff. So, absolutely. But okay, well, and I'll talk to you. You know, text me, and I'll text you back because I want to talk to you about a thing. I'm gonna take time now because we're running out of time. But also, brother Dan, thank you so much for coming on tonight. Good poetry as always. And my challenge to Brother Dan is always, man, where's that book? We'd love to see you put a collection together, because you got some good stuff.
Yep.
All right, Dan. Well, listen, thank you. That. I'm ready to rock and roll. We're going to cut it short tonight, about 3 minutes, but I appreciate everybody coming on and look forward to seeing you hopefully next Friday. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Okay, then.
Okay.
Have a good evening.
Thank you. Do the same. Okay.
Everybody.
Good night, everybody. That's the brother's book, Emanuel Thomas.
Oh, okay.
The Love of Life. Yeah. Here's the Zeal. It's a great picture. Yeah. I love that piece right there. That's nice. Yeah. All right. The voice.
Thank you, Dr. Nate.